hoping for October surprises this year. In 2006, I briefly stayed in Buffalo, New York, on my way from the University of California, Berkeley to Harvard. In October that year, a heavy blizzard hit Buffalo so hard that everyone was stuck at home for about a week, suffering through all manner of ordeals from blackout and empty refrigerators to roadblocks caused by huge piles of snow. The people of Buffalo called the untimely weather calamity the October surprise because a blizzard was not expected in the fall. In the U.S., though, an October surprise usually means surprising event in that month that could heavily influence the outcome of the upcoming presidential election in the first week of November. Sometimes the event occurs spontaneously, while at other times it is deliberately planned. Either way, an October surprise can play a decisive role in the outcome of the November election. Naturally, American presidential candidates cannot help but get nervous about October surprises because they might harm them and benefit their political opponent. October surprises have a long history in America. In the 1956 U.S. presidential election, the Suez Canal crisis and the Hungarian Revolution were October surprises that brought the victory to Dwight Eisenhower. In the 1972 presidential election, Henry Kissinger's announcement, "We believe that peace is at hand," contributed to the victory of Richard Nixon because it appealed to the voters who wanted to see an end to the Vietnam War. More recently, October surprises include the allegation of Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server during her tenure in the government, U.S. intelligence agencies' public accusation of Russia's interference in the U.S. election process, and the New York Times report on Donald Trump's astronomical amount of debt. They all occurred in October, just before the presidential election. South Korea, too, has had its share of October surprises in the past. During the military dictatorship, for example, the government announced that it had newly discovered another underground tunnel coming from North Korea just before the presidential election. As a result, the sense of crisis made the people want to re-elect the former general for president for the sake of national security. Later, when South Korea was democratized, the civilian government also used tension with North Korea for political gain, such as the feasibility of imminent peace talks with North Korea or a possible visit of the North Korean leader to Seoul just before the election. Thus, the Korean people called it the north wind blowing in election region. The 2024 American presidential election is just around the corner. These days, people wonder what will be this year's October surprise. No one knows yet, but it will surely come soon and affect the outcome of the November election. If something happens spontaneously, then there is nothing we can do about it. On the other hand, if some people deliberately conjure up an October surprise in order to harm their political opponent, we should not be swayed by it and stand firm instead. Despite such October surprises, the candidates must go through a fair competition. If a disqualified candidate marched into the White House or a highly qualified candidate lost the election thanks to a surprising event before the election, it would be not only unfair but also unfortunate for the future of America. If an October surprise happens, despite our wish, we do not want it to affect the outcome of the American election. It all depends on the American people's discretion and maturity.